Hi guys, thanks for being here this evening, and uh, you guys look a little bit tired, but I hope this talk might energize you up. How many of you are coffee lovers? May I get a show of hands, please? Okay, so we have some coffee lovers in the audience. That's awesome. Uh, I'll keep this a very layman, simple kind of a talk, right? Nothing complex. I'm not going to talk about performance marketing, social media, customer acquisition. I think we've had enough of that over the last 2 days. This is simply about, a lot of people ask me, how did you start Coffeeza? So I'll talk a little about that. Then I'll talk about what Coffeeza is. And finally, for any people in the audience who are interested in starting their own venture, I'll just give my 3 takeaways on, based on my learnings personally. So here we go. To understand more about Coffeeza, you need to know a little about me that since 15, 18 years back, I went to the US for my undergrad studies. And since then, I've been a huge, huge coffee lover. In fact, my friends know me as the guy whose room to go to for having a cup of coffee. And iske paas chale jao, chal Rahul, do coffee bana de. So I used to be that guy in college. And my passion for coffee runs quite deep since then. And that's a picture of me. And you can see that's a car I bought in my 4th year, and it has caffeine on the number plate. And that kind of shows you how crazy I was about coffee since then. But I never thought about the fact that I'll start a coffee venture eventually. After finishing my undergrad studies and my MBA, I came back to India. I joined my family business. And I got the opportunity to travel around the world. I traveled extensively in Europe, extensively in the Middle East. And because of this passion for coffee, I'm exploring the different coffee cultures everywhere. Har jagah different type of coffee pi jati hai. And that was very exciting for me. And when I came back to India, I live in Goa now. So that time we didn't have fancy cafes, at least within walking distance. And I used to miss having good coffee, the same barista-style coffee at home. And wohi ghatiya coffee ghar pe office mein pee ke, I was like, let's do something about it. And that was, I think, the inspiration to start Coffeeza. So 5 years back, I left the family business. I turned 30. It was a wake-up call. And I was like, it's now or never if I want to start a venture, because it takes a lot of courage for people who are in the family business to leave a family business, especially me being the elder son in the family. But I did that step, and to relieve the itch of starting something on my own, took out 6 months, figured out what I wanted to do. For me, in the space of nutraceuticals, food, beverage, that was always of interest. And as a result, I kind of zeroed in on Coffeeza. As some of you might know, there's a multinational brand out there that sells coffee capsules and machines, which does billions of dollars in sales. And that was my inspiration, that why can't we do something like that in India? For people who are new to coffee, I'll show you a short clip about what coffee capsules and machines are, how they work. So that's exactly what our product range was. We started with this and forayed into the coffee space in India. And it's been a smooth journey. It's been a smooth but a challenging journey, to be very honest. And as you can see, the products allow you to enjoy gourmet cafe-style coffee at the convenience of your fingertips, pretty much. And since then, we have also launched another format of coffee, which are called pour-over coffee bags. Again, for people relatively new to coffee, here's a short clip about what pour-over coffee bags are. So we are in these two formats of coffee till now, and it's been very educational for us because for a 4-year-old brand to have entered two formats of coffee, and currently we sell through Amazon, through our website Coffeeza.com, and also through the major modern trade, Food Hall, Nature's Basket, Le Marche, and so on. So that's been the journey so far. As a brand, as a company, we've been bootstrapped, and we have great expansion plans going forward. We plan to grow our product range in the current financial year, and possibly, who knows, we might even go for fundraising this year. That's what I have about my journey and about Coffeeza. And I want to now come to the last leg, which is the key takeaways that I have. So that was one of the first lessons I had. And I go back to that example where I turned 30 and I said, it's now or never. Little did I know, when I started Coffeeza, I was entering two verticals at the same time. I was entering consumer appliance, and I was entering the food category. Now, each has its own nuances, each has its own challenges, difficulties, compliances, you name it. If someone would have warned me about it earlier, I probably would have chickened out. So sometimes it's good to be naive and just jump right in. And if you have that perseverance, if you have that courage, you will figure it out. You will make mistakes along the way, but it's better to make new mistakes every time and keep learning. Hire people with passion and learn to delegate. Of course, all of us, when we start a new venture, in the beginning, it's always going to be the founder doing most of the things, and that's all right. That's all right as you start a new venture. You don't have to hire a top management layer on day one. But as you start scaling, as you start growing up, please start putting teams in place, because it will free you to focus on the growth of the company. It will free you to focus on sales, marketing, scaling up, and that's where your maximum time should go. But it's important to hire people with the right energy and the right talent. And finally, this is my take from the carrying on from the last presentation about fundraising versus bootstrapping. Like I said, it's been 4 years and we've still been bootstrapped. And I think it's great to be bootstrapped till you get to the product market fit, right? Because that allows you immense flexibility to shape your business model, to fine-tune it, and there is no value that you can assign to that freedom of choice till you keep experimenting, making mistakes, falling down, standing up. And once you've figured out your product market fit, that's when you should probably go for fundraising if you need to, if you need the funds, and scale it up from there. So guys, that's all from my side. It was, like I said, a very brief talk, but I hope some of you had any takeaways from this. Thank you so much.